Its 30mm 7 competition, Fairchild Republic has produced the ultimate piece of machinery to perform the role of close air support. But the Air Force was reluctant to go into production until they have seen for themselves that the aircraft can fulfill its very specific combat role. In a series of amazing tests, the A-10 and its remarkable gun are put through their paces.
We knew what she'd do, and she didn't disappoint us.
We did a meticulous series of tests, attack after attack, checking tactics, checking burst lengths, all these details to see how effective we were against tanks. We learned in
professionalism somewhat and getting really pissed off at this guy for scaring me. So he was going to die for doing that. As I was rolling in, I felt a loud bang in the airplane, and I went, ooh, that isn't good. And I looked back, and I didn't like what I saw. Most of my right wing was gone. It was on fire. Thinking to myself, okay, bad head, but there's still some like this. Time to get out.
The Aces II ejection seat is a fully automatic catapult rocket system. Once ejected, the parachute automatically deploys.
I'm coming down on my parachute. Now I see my A-10 hit the ground. And that was kind of disturbing.
As Sweet hits the ground, he's seized by Iraqi soldiers.
They were on me before I even had a chance to roll over. And then it was their chance to get some payback. And so I got the crap beat out of me, basically.
He's taken away to a command bunker and interrogated.
I thought I was going to get shot at any moment, It took me about 3 days to figure out, hey, they weren't going to just arbitrarily execute me. It was worth something to them, propaganda or intelligence or something.
In March, Major Rob Sweet is eventually released as part of the prisoner release program. 6 artillery pieces, 1,355 combat vehicles, 10 fighters on the ground, and 2 helicopters shot in air-to-air engagements. The A-10 earned a new nickname, the Tank Buster. The result confounds all those who questioned the need for a dedicated ground support aircraft. Flying a staggering 8,500 missions, A-10s are responsible for more than half of Iraq's losses of military equipment in Operation Desert Storm. Tragically, this remarkable record is marred by a number of incidents in which coalition forces are mistakenly. 9 British soldiers were killed. The Air Force was adamant that it could eliminate attacks from friendly fire. What nobody knows is that the next challenge for the A-10 will be in an entirely new and forbidding battlefield, Afghanistan. 721 A-10. The jet is versatile enough to navigate mountainous peaks and deep valleys, while also patrolling and pinpoint attacking their targets.
It wasn't bad flying over the mountainous terrain.
What we mainly have to help us avoid fratricide is our radios and our eyes. Very low tech, but I think that's what makes us more efficient. Yes, we have a global positioning system that helps us figure out where we are. And we have night vision goggles that find out what's down there. But when it comes time to find out where
and we're in this very harsh terrain that I've never seen before.
A team of observers down on the battlefield work with each pilot to guide the aircraft to its target. The Terminal Attack Controller, or ETAC, works for the Army and is responsible for ensuring that the A-10 pilot identifies and attacks the correct target. This is mean to end the regime of Saddam Hussein for good. The Warthog has come a long way since the last desert battle.
By the time the second Gulf War, the Iraqi Freedom comes along, pretty much every airplane had been modified to improve the weapon's accuracy.
The AGM-65 Maverick missiles are highly accurate.
Into another guy who's probably, 400 or 500 miles away, sitting in a room somewhere. It takes time, and oh, by the way, every aggressive fighter pilot in Iraq at this point is making the same phone call, trying to get permission.
Thanks for the work, sir. You got your lead.
The FAC is the A-10 pilot's first point of contact on arrival in the area. Part of his role is to provide the pilot with the target coordinates with pinpoint accuracy.
It sounds cold-hearted, but it's very systematic, you know. They tell us the targets, we find the targets, we kill them, we report it's killed, next target. And it just goes, next target, next target.
On arrival over the battlefield, the A-10 pilot often has to use basic technology to locate exactly where the target is. In pilot Eric Yehemowitz's case,
8 years, and I love it, and I hope I get to stick with it, and I hope we get the upgrades we want to take us into this next century and keep supporting the Army. But I think it's just an awesome weapons platform. It fills a specific niche, and it does it really well.
able to keep flying with battle damage that would cripple many other designs, and lethal to any armored vehicle in service, the humble warthog of the 1970s has come to rule supreme over the digital battlefields of the 21st century. Due to remain in service until at least 2025, the A-10 Warthog has proven itself to be one of the most effective aircraft ever flown in the U.S. Air Force, and a legend to those who've flown it.
She is not very clean when it comes to protuberances and bumps, and so she's not the sleekest looking piece of machinery that I ever designed. But she got the job done.